I'll show you the dark side. We would be honored if you would join us.
Many of you have been asking for me to cover some more Legends material just like I used to, so this video will be dedicated just to that. I made a video about this topic roughly 9 months ago, and since then, more information has surfaced and been gathered that I'd like to touch on. So, can a lightsaber blade be cut by another? The answer is 100% Legends, and it is a big yes. There are a few things that can physically block lightsaber attacks. Some force fields can resist them, though if pressed long enough with a lightsaber, it can short out the field generator. Frick, Mandalorian iron, and cortosis, which is a very rare mineral that shorts out lightsaber blades that hit it, just like Vader against several Jedi Masters where one hit him with a cortosis blade, though some sabers are more resistant than others. The only lightsaber to overpower and break through a Jedi's blade is a Sith's synthetic crystal, which again is Legends. Now, in the new canon, there's no such thing as a synthetic crystal. All crystals are organic and change color depending on the Force user's intentions and actions. For example, if they're a Sith and they enact evil deeds, the crystal will bleed red. The reasons for this are because a standard synthetic crystal was created through the application of the geological features from natural crystals. Standard crystals set the baseline for synthetic. They generated a more powerful lightsaber blade than natural, and often demonstrated the ominous red coloration that struck fear into the galaxy.
You are so right.
Synthetic Sith crystal blades were so powerful that they had the rare potential to break the blade of standard lightsabers by overloading the energy matrix and instantly burning out the other lightsaber. Though this happened extremely rarely, it was a known and frightening possibility in combat. However, synthetic crystal-generated lightsaber blades, or also known as just synth crystals, were in general less maneuverable than the blades generated by natural ones, and were overall more unstable, causing them to have the rare chance to do any of the following: flicker, shut down without the user's command, or become defective until examined further. Imagine dueling your opponent and then your lightsaber just dies on you mid-block. That would be a terrible way to go. The reason Sith utilized engineered crystals, other than its additional powers, was because these crystals among Sith and other Darksiders was the need to stay hidden, as most of the sites where natural crystals for lightsabers could be gathered were found by the Jedi Order. In most cases, Sith felt a synthetic crystal enhanced the body, recovery, and the mind. The creation of a synthetic crystal was superior to the more passive Jedi method of gathering of natural crystals, which was looked on as relying on the untamed wilds of space to provide. In fact, the creation of synthetic crystals were seen by Darksiders to be an indication of a more prominent authority over the Force. It included them to incubate their crystals sitting outside of them and meditating dark energy towards their growth, focusing their hatred into the crystal's atomic structure and making it more powerful once used. The Jedi saw synthetic crystals as a lazy way of getting the job done. They felt you had to earn your crystal through journeys and adventures sent by your master. This could not be done with a synthetic one that you just made. The flickering of the synthetic crystal makes me think of Kylo's crystal. Although he's using an ancient design, I believe his lightsaber is also very unstable. How it needs the vents to blow off excess power from the source makes me wonder whose crystal it is and what it could do for him. I suppose we'll find out in The Last Jedi. Here's a side fact. Darth Sidious had the vast majority of crystal mines actually excavated or demolished amid the rule of the Galactic Empire. The new Jedi Order needed to depend on Sith crystals only after this. What are your thoughts on Legends material? Do you like it? Personally, I think it's really entertaining to read, and it actually helped tie in a lot of the things with the main storyline. For example, Luke's green lightsaber was from a synthetic crystal because he didn't know much about where to find a kyber crystal. However, now with the new Disney Star Wars comics, that's all being completely changed once Luke has found Obi-Wan's journal. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you all in tomorrow's episode of Star Wars Theory. Until then, my fellow Jedi and Sith friends, remember,
The Force will be with you always.